I think we lost. There you go. Barnaby,
Hey, we're back
there you
on.
go.
Something happened.
There you go. Can you hear me? We can hear you, Barnaby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we just got disconnected for a minute.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're back on. So here we go, everybody. I'm just picking up from where Tina was leaving off. She was doing a great job introducing band royalty and the four main reasons why we're so different to all the other crypto projects out there. Primarily, as Tina was saying, asset-backed, not like typical JPEG NFTs. These connect up with a real-world asset, being music royalties. We've bought a music royalty catalog that includes Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Rihanna, other top-tier musicians that you can start earning on every time those tracks play. That's very compelling, I would say. The second core reason we're different is that we have outside revenue coming in. Most crypto projects are actually, they're circular. They're like a walled garden. Here at Band Royalty, we've actually got separate revenue coming in that comes from music royalties, comes from the trading fees on the exchange that we're about to launch and the music metaverse. And thirdly, we're a team. You can check us out. There's myself, co-founder with Noble Drekon, and Noble comes with decades of experience in the music industry, collecting and trading music royalties. He taught me all about it. Together, we went and bought the music catalog that he had access to, and we've been growing band royalty ever since then. And the fourth compelling reason is, unlike most crypto projects that are trying to find a reason to be legitimate, like many of them are just like abstract concepts, which are great. But however, are they addressing a real world problem? Well, band royalty is doing that. Band NFTs is addressing this multi-decade in music industry issue where the musicians and the artists are getting the raw end of the deal. They're only getting less than 12% of all the revenue coming from over the $43 billion being earned in the music royalties in the music industry. They're collecting this tiny sliver of it compared to 88% going elsewhere. And out of that 12%, they have to pay the expenses of the production of the music, the tours, etc. It's pretty crazy how all that works. And on top of that, there's many complexities around having to divvy up the funds, bad contracts. It's basically just been a cumbersome 20th century industry that has been tried to brought into the 21st century, but with all of those legacy issues. So how do we restart that from the ground up? Because what's happened with the technology transformation in the last decade or so with the streaming industry is that musicians are earning even less now, typically. Hard for them to make even a minimal wage, where from 43 million plays, like Pharrell had with Happy, earning only $2,700. That's not how things really should go at all. And that's why we're seeing so many artists now coming over, remaining as independents. That seems to be as you can see here, a growing trend. And we are taking at Band Royalty, we're moving music from music 1.0, that's the 20th century, the recording industry. And out of the 20th century into the 21st century, it turned into streaming, music 2.0. But here we are with Web 3.0, and most importantly for what we're delivering here, music industry 3.0, that's going to directly support the artists and the fans. And you being the early investors, the fans, that's how the money is going to be shared with the artists. Rightly so. They're the ones creating the music. They should be getting the lion's share of it, the bulk of it. And then also the fans. For the first time ever, we're going to empower fans to start earning along with the musicians, along with the artists, along with the songwriters and the producers and the sound engineers. It's going to be phenomenal. And you can see there our brand new Band NFTs music exchange. So we're transforming music 3.0 into a cultural asset that can be traded all around the world. It lives inside Web 3.0 as a decentralized platform, specializing in music, fan-focused, so the fans can start earning with artist sovereignty. So the artists are going to have control over their music. And most importantly, actually on the platform, the smart contracts, because they're creating NFTs on a platform where they're going to be empowered to actually be in charge of all of that. And on top of that, interoperability. The whole platform is going to work in with the existing infrastructure. That means it connects all these NFTs. They're going to work on OpenSea. They're going to work on other NFT platforms. But for the best experience, you're going to be seeing them on the Band NFTs platform. And we're flipping the whole deal where the artists and musicians are going to be earning the majority of the money. And then a little sliver gets paid out through the band royalty token into the ecosystem that we've got here, this music this music 3.0. And that is where you guys come in and you start sharing on those earnings, which is going to be a game changer. And wait till we release our metaverse, our music metaverse, where we have 33 lands, 33 genres. People are going to be able to buy up those lands. That is not released yet. We're working on that. There'll be concerts. It's going to be game changing. And that's not all. I'm just giving you a snapshot of the whole band royalty ecosystem here. Last year, we launched with the band royalty music pools. That's how we sold close to $1 million worth of NFTs, which we have then used to build out the rest of the platform, which is how the band NFTs platform, which is the next part in the list there, that's coming out shortly. So we can't wait to share that with you. And beyond that, there'll be other aspects like an art platform for visual artists to collaborate with musicians, a whole music launch pad for musicians to launch their music, a whole reinvention of the streaming industry that's going to be deeply tied into blockchain. There's a lot to come out. But at the moment, we've got these two core areas, the royalty pools and the NFT marketplace. And this NFT marketplace, as you can see here, is going to be a game changer because you'll be able to listen to the music tracks, multi-track music NFTs. Where have you ever seen that before? You haven't. And so that's why it's going to be such a game changer. At the same time, while NFTs are exploding, you are in the right place at the right time. How often do you enter into an industry at that precise moment when it's needing change, when all the eyes are on it? So NFTs, they start blowing up last year in 2021. Well, now many people are saying that 2022 is going to be the year of the music NFT. And we are poised to take advantage of that because the trading expectations are to be over $200 billion throughout 2022. Well, OpenSea, which is the leading NFT exchange, is already doing 200 million per day. And that's only just on JPEGs. And so what happens when we release this whole game-changing music NFT platform? Because music is way bigger than trading JPEGs. Most people, trading JPEGs is quite a small niche area, and yet it's got 200 million per day in trading volume. So we see there's a huge potential here with the band NFTs platform, which is, like I was saying, a fusion of the OpenSea with the Spotify, with Shopify for merchandise and Ticketmaster for tickets. Yes, all of those aspects can be created as NFTs. And inside of this is an entire interoperable system. Band NFTs is built to work with the rest of the industry. The NFTs that we're launching here, they'll work on OpenSea. They'll work on other NFT platforms. It's open data. Plus, everything plugs directly into social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. There's a lot here inside the Band NFTs marketplace, along with a new open standard for musicians to start using throughout the whole industry. Plus, as you can see there, the band metaverse, where everything plugs directly into that. And this is especially game-changing because so few people right now have even got an NFT. Like probably 1 or 2% of the world has got exposure, actually has some crypto. Well, way less than that have an NFT. Like less than 300,000 people actually have an NFT. And how many people like music? How many music fans are there in the world? Billions and billions. And how many people now know not only about crypto, but they know about NFTs? Billions of people. And they just need a compelling reason and a helping hand to get started. How did you get started in crypto? I bet somebody helped you out. That was the case with me. It's the case with just about everybody. Everybody needs literally some hand-holding, direct personal support to get involved, to get their first crypto wallet, to get some crypto. And it's the same with NFTs. So here we are poised to start onboarding all these music fans. Well, what happens? Some of the artists that are about to launch on the Band NFTs platform, they have over 1.5 million or even multiple millions of fans. So there they are. Those fans will be finding out about these NFT drops. They probably haven't even had a wallet before. And at the same time, there's the crypto diehards who want to be in there buying the first drops because they know that the first have sometimes got typically the most value. So this is going to be game changing as we start to onboard fans, millions of fans. Remember, less than 300,000 people own an NFT already. So what? And $200 million per day trading on OpenSea. We opened the floodgates to music fans, making it easy for them to snap up the NFTs of their favorite artists. And they do that inside this whole ecosystem that we've built out for the reinvention of music for the 21st century, music 3.0, that's decentralized, that is for the fans and the artists from the ground up. And we've done that with 3 tokens. And I know that might sound like a lot, but basically it started last year with us launching the BR1 NFTs. That is our groundbreaking, our foundational NFT set. If you're lucky enough to get one of those, fortunate enough, there's only 3,000 inside that set. And they will give you access to earning the governance tokens. And the governance tokens, that's the backstage, the B stage. Governance tokens, you can't buy those directly. You have to earn them from the BR1, the first series NFTs, or where there's only 3,000. And we still have some right now available. So because there are still some available, and they will give you voting rights over the direction of the platform, and you earn them through staking those NFTs from a growing music catalog. As I was saying, we already have bought up some phenomenal platinum selling artists, and that's only going to keep growing. As we grow that music catalog, you earn a bigger share of the passive income by staking those BR1 NFTs. So 3,000 of those, you stake them, you earn a passive income off a growing music catalog. You earn those in backstage governance tokens, which you vote on to direct what the platform does. So do you think other people, as this starts blowing up, with more musicians onboarding, they're going to get interested in grabbing some of those backstage tokens? And then on the side here, you can see the royalty token. We're in that pre-sale, private sale stage right now. And that currently in this early phase at just at 20 cents. And so there's 300 million of those, but there's only a select number that have been opened up for sale. And they're capped, limited supply, and that will be the currency of music across all the whole ecosystem that I was explaining to you before. So those royalty tokens will be the means for the trading, the buying of NFTs released by the artists, as well as even royalties themselves. We've created more than 8 ways for you to earn revenue, passive income across from these 3 different tokens. And most of the time, it's to do with staking. I'm not going to go into all the details. You can get a hold of this presentation and go through it because there's a lot of material here. I just wanted to give you this quick overview. You can see here that through staking, the BR1 NFTs, you earn governance tokens. You can see by staking the backstage governance tokens, you earn royalty tokens. And you can see with the royalty tokens that you can buy in this private sale. You're so fortunate to find out about this before almost anybody else does. We are about to launch the exchange. We're about to start the press releases. And here you are right now before almost anybody knows about it, because we've been spending the last year building in the background, doing all the deals, setting everything up. And so you can take those royalty tokens and stake them and earn every time NFTs trade on the platform. I think you're beginning to see the power of this whole platform and how you can start earning a passive income so that you can become a music mogul. A music mogul is somebody with a lot of power in the music industry. Typically, that was the exclusive only for people who knew somebody or were rich or powerful. Here, you can step in as part of this foundational member set where you can get access to multiple benefits. Remember, there's only 3,000, and we released these. There were the Diamond album NFTs, of which there were only 3, and they were snapped up straight away, and they were typically over $80,000. But because of the prices of Ethereum. So these NFTs, they're not cheap. They minimum start at 1 Ethereum, which right now, that's over $2,800. Yes, it does. The price of Ethereum goes up and down. But basically, those are the vinyl album NFTs. And there's only 1,500 of those. And many of these have already been bought up. Then it goes into the vinyl gold, the gold album. And with each increase in the level, all the way up to the platinum album, you get access to more of the revenue earning from the different royalty pools that we are buying and increasing. So the benefits of this are that you will get access to these governance tokens. You'll earn them through the staking of the NFTs. You'll get priority pre-sale access to the new NFT drops, special membership merch, VIP tickets, and access to concerts as we release the music metaverse. And as well, we keep on growing the music catalog from these sales, plus you'll get access to the music metaverse. And our royalties catalog, well, as I said, we started off with Missy Elliott, Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, Rihanna, will.i.am, Cher. It's a phenomenal catalog that we already have. We secured that last year thanks to the connections that Noble had. And that's enabled us to be building out this multi-stack NFT system that we've got here. The foundational level is those 3,000 foundation level NFTs. On top of that, we're building the metaverse. And then there's other types of NFTs that we'll be releasing to grow the platform. You'll be able to get this metadata NFT where you'll be able to build out your own band and have characters that can play inside the metaverse, these generative NFTs. So more on that will be coming out later on. Right now, we are super excited about launching the NFT exchange. And why is that going to be exciting? Because the artists are going to start dropping their NFTs. And what happens once an artist sells these NFTs? This is just an example here. This is a hypothetical example. Well, there will be multiple drops. So after, it's like you buy that first NFT that from that first artist, that's about to happen. And it's like it unlocks a key. And those who have those NFTs from the artists, they will be able to get these new bonus NFTs like signatures, autographs, behind the stage scenes, photographs, video clips each month. A drop only for those artists. So that is going to build in the value of those initial drops. More importantly, or more interestingly, probably for you, because if you have those royalty tokens, every time these new drops happen, they'll be traded on the exchange, and you can start earning from those trading fees. And that's how, and from that, well, people will be able to interact with these NFTs, even in the metaverse, and most especially be able to participate in the coming concerts that we'll be having there. And we haven't started this yet. We haven't opened up this concert sale yet, but there'll be seats that you'll be able to buy as NFTs to attend these concerts. And by having one of these foundation sets of the BR1 NFTs, only 3,000, you will out of the gate get a priority VIP seat as part of that deal. So all of that is to say that we have passive income opportunities from a growing music catalog. And once we've grown that to $10 million, this is just a hypothetical example, because right now we don't have that. You're in this pre-launch phase. You come in just as we're about to lift off with all of this. And these are just some examples of what will happen with a $10 million royalty catalog that we'll be able to buy once we've completed the sale of the tokens, of the BR1 NFTs and the royalty tokens. So typically, royalty catalogs earn 14 to 22%. So you could say that from a $10 million catalog would come in $1.5 to $2 million yearly. Half of that gets paid out. It gets put into the liquidity to back up the backstage governance tokens, which is how you're earning from that. So here is just an example. I'm not going to break it down and go into all the details, but it's potentially possible. This is just an example. We can't say this is going to happen for sure because it hasn't been launched yet. This is what's going to be happening once we've grown the music catalog. This is a hypothetical example. On these figures here, if there were just this limited number of people staking, it's possible that potentially like upwards of 80% a year could be the potential earnings from the staking of those NFTs. And that's going to be phenomenal. That's going to get a lot of people's attention. They're like, wow, really? I could start earning every time these songs play, every time one of those tracks from Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, it's going to open that up. And that was the original vision here, was how can we bring the earnings of some of the most popular music in the world, where every time they play, you get to earn on that. And so I bet that'll be a lot of fun to share that at parties and different events. Like, hey, you hear that song? I'm earning from that. Plus, you'll be getting those, you'll be earning them through those governance tokens. And the coolest thing here is that the voting power that they will have will direct the whole, what catalogs we're buying next. The whole platform is directed through the voting system that will be set up. And so through that, which catalog will be buying next? Well, those who have these backstage tokens, which you can only earn through staking the BR1 NFTs, through the first NFTs that were released, then essentially those musicians and producers and other royalty holders, they'll want us to buy their catalogs. And so they'll want to get these backstage tokens. They'll want to get these backstage tokens because they know that we'll be spending the money and they'll want to get a piece of that. So I want to shift gears now and just talk about the royalty token, the currency of music that'll be used across the whole ecosystem, and from the Band NFTs platform that we're about to release for the buying and trading of the NFTs over onto the Band Art platform, onto the Band Music for the launchpad, for the trading of royalties themselves. These tokens, the royalty token, plays a key role in the whole ecosystem, especially now on the Band NFTs marketplace, because this 2.5 fees that's paid in the royalty token, and you can see here this breakdown, 30% of those 2.5 fees will get paid out to the stakers of the royalty token. Now, imagine that we just got only as far as the 10% of OpenSea's trading volume. Well, they're doing 200 million per day. So there'll be 20 million per day, and they're just doing JPEGs. Well, we'd be doing some of the most incredible musicians all around the world. So it's really quite possible based upon people's love of music, interest in music NFTs, that we could achieve these kind of results in the future. This is a hypothetical example, but you can see here that with just 1,000 royalty tokens, if there were only 1,000 stakers, and it depends upon how many people are staking, well, based upon those figures of the 20 million per day in trading volume, there could be hundreds of dollars earned per day. And those 1,000 royalty tokens right now, because of this pre-sale stage, you can pick them up. That's 20 cents each. That's $200. So is it really possible that $200 could be producing hundreds of dollars per day? Well, it's a phenomenal idea, but that's how these numbers break down. I recommend you grab a hold of this presentation. You talk to the person who invited you to find out, how does this work? How could I be earning hundreds of percent per year on the royalty token? Well, it's all about staking these tokens, growing the Band NFTs platform with all the artists coming on board. And you can see, these are just some examples. These musicians, these bands, they're not currently tied with us over at Band NFTs, but they already launched some of the first music NFTs last year. You saw Kings of Leon, they made $2 million in their first NFT album in 2021. Tory Lanez, $1 million in 60 minutes. Grimes, $5 million last year. So there's already been some huge successes, and that's paved the way. And so we can see much more of that happening in 2022. And with us making the first ever multi-track music NFT, that's going to be the game changer. None of these musicians had that. They didn't have that because it wasn't possible. They didn't know how to do that. We've cracked the code, and it works over on other platforms, including OpenSea. That's going to be the game changer. If you're like, wow, how did this even happen? So they'll be able to come back to Band NFTs and play those music tracks as an NFT, and realize, wow, this is like this merger of like a music platform like Spotify with OpenSea, and getting these collectibles. NFTs are just collectibles. That's really how you want to think about them. They're like a signed collectible. And this is one of the top NFT JPEG launches last year. The Bored Apes, with over $1 billion in trading, they launched and they made $2 million in their launch 12 months ago. But the trading volume, they get to earn on that every day, and they're already making over $2 million per month from the 2.5%. So that's just on some JPEGs. I'm just using that as an example, because what happens when we have some serious musicians doing NFT drops, these NFT launches, because they can go direct to their fan base. And if they have millions of fans, they could easily sell NFTs in the thousands direct to their fans, and they would be making millions of dollars. And every time they trade, because of that 2.5%, those royalty token holders are getting a slice of that. You guys who are here so super early, staking your tokens, you'll be able to start earning from these trading fees. So every time people buy these NFTs, these music drops from these famous musicians, there you are, staking your royalty tokens and earning every day from those launches. It's going to get crazy exciting. And you can see here, we've just been launching, this is our roadmap. We've got a lot more to do. The most exciting part is obviously this exchange. Then there's the music metaverse. We just couldn't be more excited. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you're connected to each of our areas for news, starting off with the bandroyalty.com, registering your email address. You want to go over to the Telegram channel, Band Royalty, and register there. Also on Discord is a great place. So and follow us on Instagram. We're all across all the social media sites. So that's the snapshot overview. And I'm crazy busy at the moment because we're putting the finishing touches on the Band NFTs exchange, also the staking platform for the BR1 NFTs. So that's what I've got for all of you today. And it was just really great to talk with everybody, to share what we've got. And that's it.
Thank you, Barnaby. I know that your time right now, guys, for those of you that have purchased those NFTs and those tokens, that's why he is so busy right now, because he is working on all of that. So for those of you that have been asking, when are we going to get our tokens? When are we going to get our NFTs? We are working on that. So that will be up shortly. So all I can say is stay connected. Those updates will be coming out, as well as those staking contracts and protocols. So we will be providing all that training on how to get everyone set up and going on that for those of you that have those NFTs and those tokens. Any questions? We only have a couple more minutes with Barnaby. Does anybody have any questions for him before we let him go? Nobody has any questions?
It was super clear.
Fine.
They understood. It was great.
It always
Tina, thank
happens,
you.
Barnaby. We close the Zoom and then all of a sudden the phone just goes crazy.
Well,
They're
I'll
just a
leave it in
little
your
shy.
capable hands. You've been doing
Yes, they're
great with
just a
this.
little shy. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Barnaby. I really appreciate your time. I know you're a very busy man and you're very busy with what's really going to impact and change our lives being part of this community, guys. So thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back next Thursday again with a presentation on the amazing platform that we have, amazing brand of what Band Royalty is, but also to continue to give you updates. As a community, we need to make sure that we're updated, make sure that you are inviting people. So everyone that's in this call, I challenge you to invite 3 on our next call. Because again, you definitely want to share this. This is something that I've never seen in this crypto space where it is backed by a real world asset and real world income is coming into this crypto space. And usually that's not what you see out there. What you see out there, it's just, it's just like this little cycle of, they're trying to catch up to continue to maintain an ecosystem. But here with Band Royalty, we have a very strong ecosystem with different streams of income coming in. So thank you again, Mr. Barnaby Anderson. It is a pleasure and an honor to have you here. And this call